in organism. Now, what is this sexuality in organism? So, the sexuality in the organism is nothing but whether that organism, whether it is a plant or the animal, it is unisexual or bisexual. Okay, unisexual or bisexual. The definitions are very important here. Okay, the definitions are very important here. Sexuality in the organism important. First, we will study about the sexuality in plants. Okay, we'll study about the sexuality in plants. So the first one is unisexual, dioecious, or heterothallic. Okay, unisexual, dioecious, or heterothallic. Now, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? The plants having either male flower, that is staminate. Remember, it can be asked for you, what are staminate? Okay, it can be asked for you, what is staminate? The staminate is nothing but the male flower. The plants which bear the male flower, staminate. Or the female flower, pistillate. Okay, or the female flower, pistillate, are called as unisexual plants or unisexual flowers. Okay, the plants either have the male flower, staminate, or female flower, pistillate. Understanding? So the plant, okay, for example, now see, this is a plant. This is a plant. Here, the only one flower will be there. Okay, the staminate flower. Understood? This is only one flower, male flower it is. There is no female reproductive part. This is a male flower. And this male flower is known as staminate. Okay, that means this phenomena is known as unisexual. Okay, unisexual. It is known as unisexual, dioecious, or heterothallic. What it is called as unisexual, dioecious, or heterothallic. Now you will ask me, ma'am, why did you put these all three terms? Because it can be asked for you, what is heterothallic? It can be asked for you, what is dioecious? It can be asked for you, what is unisexual? Okay, so it is better for you to understand all the three terms, but the meaning is one. The plants having either male flower, staminate, or female flower, pistillate is called as unisexual flowers. Okay, unisexual flowers. And the example is Markensia. You all are aware about Markensia bryophyte, papaya, and date palm. Date. Okay, khajur, you say, right? The date palms. So, Markensia bryophyte, papaya, and date palms are the example for unisexual flower or unisexual plants. So what you have to remember here, the plants having either male flower, staminate, or female flower, pistillate, is called as unisexual flower. Next, coming to bisexual, monoecious, or homothallic. Okay, bisexual, monoecious, or homothallic. Now, what do you mean by this? The plants having both male androecium and female gynoecium reproductive structures in one plant or one flower are called as bisexual flowers. Okay, both male and female reproductive parts are in single flower. Okay, male and female reproductive part are in the single flower are called as bisexual flowers. For example, hibiscus students. Now see, hibiscus you all are aware about how it is. You had this no diagram, just a rough diagram. Okay, so here this is a style. Here you have this, and here you have this anther, stamen and anther near the pistil. That means what here? That means what? That both male and the female reproductive part are in the single flower. Yes or no? male and female reproductive part are in single flower, and this makes hibiscus a bisexual, monoecious or homothallic, where the plants having both androecium and gynoecium, plant having both androecium and gynoecium, that is the male reproductive part and the female reproductive part in the single flower. Example is hibiscus, cucurbita, coconut, sweet potato, chara, that is the green algae. This is the diagram, okay, chara, etc. This is the markensia and this is the pumpkin. So here, what I'm trying to say here is that you need to remember that it's come from Cucurbita family. So what I'm trying to say here is you need to remember what is bisexual, what is unisexual. What does the definition of unisexual mean? Unisexual means the flowers having either male flower, staminate, female flower, pistillate are called as unisexual flowers. Example is Markensia, papaya, date palm. Bisexual, monoecious or homothallic, the plants having both male androecium and female gynoecium reproductive parts are called as bisexual flowers. Okay, bisexual flowers. Sexuality in animals. Here also unisexual or dioecious and bisexual, monoecious or hermaphrodites. Sexuality in animals, unisexual or dioecious, bisexual, monoecious or hermaphrodite. Unisexual or dioecious. What is this in sexuality in animals? Animals having either male or female reproductive structures are called as unisexual. Either they have male or the female reproductive structures are called as unisexual. They exhibit sexual dimorphism. Now, what is this sexual dimorphism? The question can be asked for you students. What is this sexual dimorphism? Sexual dimorphism is nothing but the distinct differences between male and female individuals. Okay, very discrete, very open and very clear differences. Okay, very clear differences between the male and the female individuals. Sexual dimorphism is nothing but a clear or the distinct clear distinct difference between male and female individuals. Okay, unisexual or dioecious. What it is unisexual or dioecious? Animals either having male or a female reproductive structure. Okay, the animals are having male or female reproductive structure. Example is cockroach and mammals. Okay, example is cockroach and mammals. So we human beings also are unisexual and dioecious, yes or no? Because either we have a male reproductive part or the female reproductive part. Understanding? Either we are having a male reproductive part or female reproductive part. So this is nothing but unisexual or dioecious. We are sexually dimorphic. Why I call it a sexually dimorphic? Because it is either having the male reproductive part or the female reproductive part. Is it clear? Unisexual or dioecious? Okay. Next, coming to bisexual, monoecious or hermaphrodite. Now what it is? And why I'm giving you all the three terms is because it can be asked for you. I explain or give the definition of bisexual, give the definition of monoecious, give the definition of hermaphrodite. So what it is? The animal that has both male and female reproductive organs in the single organism is called as bisexual or hermaphrodite. Okay. The animal that has both male and female reproductive organ is called as bisexual or hermaphrodite. Example is tapeworm, sponges, earthworm, leech, etc. Okay, these are the different definitions and different examples. Okay, different definitions and different examples. Is it clear? Yes, is it clear about the unisexual or dioecious? Animals having either male or female reproductive structures are called as unisexual. They exhibit Sexual dimorphism, example cockroach and mammals, bisexual or monoecious or hermaphrodite, the animals that have both male and female reproductive organs in a single organism is called as bisexual or hermaphrodites or monoecious. Example is tapeworm, sponges, earthworm and leech. Okay, so this is I guess you remember we have studied this also in your last class. That is the previous year or previous class also you have studied these things. Yes or no, about the earthworm, about the bryophyte, yeah, about the flower. Everything we have a clear picture. Yes or no, a clear picture. This is the picture is from a textbook. So this is about the different sexuality in the animals. You can see here the oogonium and the antheridium is in the oogonium and the antheridium is in the same plant. Yes or no? Is in the same plant. Here also both the female and male reproductive part is in the same. In the flower also you can see in the hibiscus. Yes or no? The hibiscus flower also it is a both female, that is the stamen and the pistil are in the same flower. Yes or no? Whereas in the bryophytes, the archegoniophore and the antheridiophore, it is in a different thallus. Yes or no? It is in different thallus. So these are the examples. Cell division during the gamete formation. So we'll be studying about the what happens, how the gametes are formed, which process takes place, either it is mitosis or either it is meiosis, and what happens during the cell division. We will be learning it in the next class.